Be delusional about your goals. Most people are not delusional about their goals, and that is a huge issue. If you want to go out and go achieve stuff, you have to be delusional about your goals. You have to have the biggest, most amazing goals. Because if you, let's say, have some okay goals, you're like, okay, I want to live, in an okay house, have a decent sports car, all this stuff. That's not the best version of yourself. Okay, I know it isn't. For a fact, I know it isn't. Okay, and obviously you want to achieve the greatest possible outcome, right? Well, that's not the greatest possible outcome. The greatest possible outcome is much larger than that. And I know for a fact, okay? And let's say you do have good goals, okay? But this is the base foundation of it first. You have to have big goals, okay? You can't listen to other people. If they call you delusional, all these things, just don't listen to them. It doesn't matter, okay? They aren't in the position you want to be in. If they aren't in the position you want to be in, then you shouldn't be listening to them. That is the biggest waste of time in the entire world, because they are just giving you instructions on how to not achieve your goals. And that is not what you want, because they are giving you instructions on how to get to where they are, which is not where you want to be. You want to be in a different position with all this stuff. Let's say you have a big goal, okay? You want to own a Lamborghini Huracan within the next 5 years. This is just an example, okay? Well, how are you going to get that? First off, you have to take action. Okay, no one's going to do that for you. No one's going to take action for you. No one's going to put in the discipline or the work for you. And no one's going to remove the bad people from your life for you. No one's going to do any of that stuff for you. You have to do it for yourself. You have to make these decisions for yourself. And it takes some discipline, but if you have a goal and you know where you're going and you have a very specific goal, then you will have a purpose, and the discipline will come to you. Everything will come to you and you will end up achieving it. But you also have to stop listening to these people, because when people give you these self-limiting beliefs, it's never going to help you, because they don't actually know what it takes to go achieve those things, and they listen to everybody else and what they program in their mind, so they just automatically think, oh, that's not achievable, that's unrealistic. Well, no, it's not. There's many people who have achieved that. There's many people who have Lamborghini Huracans. That's why it exists, because it's achievable. You are able to own that. You just have to put in the steps behind it and the work behind it to get it. Well, how do you do that? You have to stop listening to these distractions. You have to put in the effort. If you're in a job that's not making enough money, or own a business that's not making enough money for you, well, you have to start expanding on that and start making more money. And this is just for this one goal. Let's say you're in the gym. This is another example, and you want to get jacked. Well, how are you going to do that? You got to start dieting. You have to start putting in more effort. You have to truly try. Okay, you have to truly put in the effort. Truly, you know, do all the exercises. Make sure you have good form. Do all that stuff, so that you can get big and get your dream bod, or whatever your dream bod is for you. So, and what it takes. Actually, it's very simple. The biggest lie that I hear from a lot of people is that it's complicated. It's not. It's really simple. Actually, you just have to put in the work and the effort behind it. That's what it really is. There might be some complicated things in owning a business, but it all comes down to putting in the effort. We all know how putting in the effort works. Okay, if you sit around and procrastinate, we understand how that works, and we understand how getting up and getting after it, no matter how you feel, about it, we know how that works. Okay, everybody does. They just simply pretend like they don't. So because of that, they end up not achieving anything amazing. And I know for a fact that you want to achieve something amazing, because you are watching this video right now. And so where does it start? Well, you have to stop listening to these distractions. Okay, if there's a friend or someone in your family who's distracting you and is like, oh, you want to go hang out at the bar, oh, do you want to go watch Netflix with me and chill on the couch, that's not going out and achieving your goal at all. That, not even remotely. Okay, that's just being lazy. That's not helping you at all. So what you have to start doing, there's 2 steps to this. Okay, the first step is you tell them, you can invite them, you can be like, hey, do you want to go to the gym, do you want to go work on a business with me? And if the answer is no every single time, you have to stop talking to them, because they aren't actually going to help you. They aren't willing to put in the effort. If the answer is yes, then you can still hang out with them, because they actually are willing to put in the effort. But a lot of people aren't willing to put in the effort and don't believe in themselves. And because of that, I'm sorry, you can't hang around those people, because they will attract negativity and all these things that you don't want into your life. And what do you want? You don't want, lack of money, all this stuff. You want to be successful and achieve amazing things, and you want to be fit. That health comes first before money, of course. And so because of that, you're gonna have to put in the effort, and they're either gonna have to put in the effort with you and attract good into your life, or they, unfortunately, you can't hang around them because they aren't going to help you. I'm sorry, it might sound selfish, you might think I sound egotistical right now, but that's simply the truth, because rich people don't hang around with homeless or poor people. And I'm not saying that it's every homeless person's fault that they ended up that way. I'm saying that they don't hang around people who don't put in the effort, don't put in the discipline, and don't try hard enough, and don't take risks. They never do. Not one rich person in the entirety of humanity has hung out with someone like that. Anybody who achieves something great, none of them hang out with someone like that and ever end up doing that, because it will never work. It never does. It never ends up working, not once. So you have to start acting like the person you want to become, removing the wrong people and wrong circumstances from your life so that you can go out and achieve these things, because otherwise it will not work, and I can assure you of it. And that's simply the truth. It might suck, but that it is the truth. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, and sadly they don't end up achieving their goals. So I think what you should be taking from this one is that you know, there's a lot of people out there that will prevent you from achieving your goals, and will try to prevent you because they are sadly not confident enough and know that they can't achieve their goals. So they'll try and bring it on you because they're jealous of you, that you're actually putting in the grind and putting in the effort every single day. So that's all for today. I really thank you guys so much for the support. I mean, I've been getting a lot of views on these videos, especially on the shorts. I've been getting like thousands of views on those. So I really thank you guys for that. Other than that, that's about it. Thanks for watching.